So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to another segment of this video. I believe that there's so much that we're going to learn from this story and the lessons that I'm going to share. So if you're new here, you've seen my face for the first time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your comments down in the comment section and stay glued for we have so much more coming your way. Let us proceed. Now I have some words for Uncle Frank and people or men like him, because I have good reason to believe that if Uncle Frank implements the same blueprint that he has been implementing in the previous soulmates, it might have the same resultant effects, the same end product, and that cycle will continue. During the course of my researching this video, you know, I go very deep, detailed and thorough. I take out so much time. And I watched tons of interviews, as I mentioned, of Frank Edoho, right from when he began to his present day interviews. I can tell you for a fact that Frank Edoho can be said to be a nice person, someone who feels deeply, someone who can go out of his way for someone that he cares about. To add the cherry on the pie, he is also very intelligent and jovial. He has a very huge sense of humor. But he may have something that keeps impeding his relationships. And it centers around his temper, his temperament, and his state of mind. There are 4 important things that I have to say, and I need each and every one of us to listen. As you listen, don't forget to share yours as well. First, the silent treatment. Now, Frank Edoho has admitted by himself, I'm not assuming, as I always say, in several interviews that I came across, that he doesn't hit women, but he is the champion, the ogakbatakbata of silent treatment and malice keeping. In as much as we are happy that you pride yourself as someone that does not hit women physically, I would still advise that you do not be in a haste to celebrate the assumption that you administer a better option. Withholding words or affection as a form of punishment in a marriage is not maturity. It is manipulation. When you ignore your partner, shut them out, punish them with emotional unavailability, employ silence to control or as a weapon, you are not being peaceful. You're being emotionally cruel, and it leaves bruises that no one can see, but that hurts even as deeply as physical wounds. That's what we call invisible abuse. Because by so doing, that person, that partner, that other person that you are meting out that into will begin to question their words, seek your attention, walk on eggshells. Their happiness will be constantly disrupted. They would always feel deserted. They will be drowning in confusion and isolation. And do you know how it ends? Do you know what eventually happens? I'll tell you. One day, certainly someday, that person would get used to and accustomed to your shenanigans. They will grow emotionally weary of your torments, and then they would develop a thick skin, and they would beat you to your game. They would check out emotionally, and for many who have the guts or the resources, they would also check out of the marriage physically. Now it's different if you are very upset at what your partner does and you need a short time to calm down and assess the situation and approach it in a better manner. That's different. But the situation whereby any small thing is punished with long periods of silent treatment. Some will even reject your food on top. Instead of addressing things like adults, that's torture. Uncle Frank, please, you need to stop that. That can rid the best marriages of joy. It can zap out the life of any marriage. So please, my dear brothers and sisters, let us be talking to ourselves. So, if you are a man or a woman in the habit of weaponizing silence on a regular, please stop. Because one day your partner will develop a tough skin and your partner will not give a damn anymore. If you have a partner that is in the habit of doing this, please share down in the comment section. Let us know how you manage it, how you deal with it, or possibly how you overcame it. Let us drop our thoughts down in the comment section. Secondly, I sense something that I would call a love language barrier, and Uncle Frank may be adamant in not learning a new language. You see, no matter how good a relationship or friendship is, if the other person in that friendship or relationship cannot understand the language that you are speaking, it will be chaotic and there will be frustration, and that friendship will not be able to sail the waters because they would both be talking but they will not be communicating. One very terrible mistake that we make, both as men and as women in a relationship or in a marriage, is expecting our partners to conform to our own ideals and our own definition of love without caring to understand how your partner loves to be loved. For example, you can hear a married man say, "Oh, that woman, she is so ungrateful. I bought her a brand new phone, sent her mother 7 Georges, very expensive lace. I provide for her. All of these things I do for her, yet she is not happy. She can never be satisfied." Yes, provision is good. But what if what sets her soul on fire is as simple as kind words without being too harsh? What if it's thoughtfulness? What if it's the little things like noticing her hair when she just gets back from the salon? What if it is gentle actions and emotional presence and all of these beautiful things that money cannot buy? What if it is as simple as considering her feelings and her own opinions in the scheme of things? What if you are talking and talking loud, but because you are not speaking the language she understands, she cannot hear you? And on the other hand, we have some women complain also that, "Oh, this man, I have done everything to please him. I have given up everything for him. I have bore him children. My body changed because of him. On his birthday, I organized a surprise birthday party, sent him a surprise cake, called his friends just to surprise him. That day, I trekked from Bariga to Selejesha just for him." What if what that man would prefer to that paparazzi of a surprise birthday party is as simple as being mindful how you talk to him, how you approach him? What if what is paramount to him is just some respect, trusting his judgment, your loyal and unalloyed support? What if it is appreciating his efforts and acknowledging his strengths instead of being so focused on his weaknesses? What if it's just encouraging his leadership and being less judgmental and critical of his actions? You as a woman may be screaming loud and you're wondering why this man cannot hear you, but maybe you are not speaking the language that he understands. Let us all be very sensitive to the love languages of our partners instead of stubbornly, obstinately insisting that this is how they should be loved. Accept this one. Remember the Yvonne Jegede story where she came out to disclose what caused her divorce and all the problems she had in her marriage. She said that her and her husband, before they got married, they were friends. And she could yap him, "You the mad, you be big fool, oh. And says he does they misbehave, idiots." I mean, you know, that's kind of, there's some people that's how they grew. Me, I didn't grow like that. Me and my brothers don't call each other fools. I'm not saying it is wrong. Everybody has their methods. So if somebody is joking with me and is calling me a big fool and a bastard, hey, I will not like it though. But somebody else that maybe grew in that family setting where, you know, they played that way might see it as normal. Now, Yvonne was that kind of person that she saw those kind of insults as, "You're my body." But the husband didn't like it. He didn't see it as joke. He saw it as insultive. Now, instead of feeling offended that he's not being body enough, that he's taking every single thing as an insult, she needs to understand his own love language, that those insultive words are not fun for him. So in several interviews, I saw Frank say that he supported his wife. He had to learn photography because of her, to help her in her interior decorating. He did his best. He did this.
I make sure that my part is covered. I provide support, you know, like everybody knows I learned interior design, photography because of her.
Oh.
Yeah, because she
That's
was...
sweet.
Yeah, I learned it like for 4 years.
In fact, he was saying that the cause of the crash of the second marriage is he gave her too much leverage, too much room, that he should have been more controlling.
So I've realized that. So if maybe I would have been more controlling, right?
All those are great, but are you paying attention to those other things that you consider minute that break her soul? Like, are you patient when she's overwhelmed? How do you behave when you are angry? Are you maintaining consistency over intensity? Do you have an unhealthy obsession with submission? Is it partnership over control? Is it gentleness over toxic dominance? Ask yourself these questions, Uncle Frank, and for those watching and listening, because those little things that you're overlooking might have more value for that person than those big things that you feel you are doing. Lastly, I think Frank has demons that he is fighting with inside, and this is not an insultive word. Most people have demons that they are battling with. Maybe the word demons is a bit harsh, but I mean something, issues, trauma, blame, anger, deep-seated and deep-rooted issues, unresolved crises that he needs to deal with inside of him.
Well, the thing is, when you're not happy, but there's a feeling, you know this is not happiness. It's got to be. It's just like depending on happiness.
And if he does not tackle it or address it, it will keep making it impossible for him to have and sustain a peaceful, long-term relationship.
Many times I was depressed.
Frank has disclosed in interviews that his parents divorced when he was just about 12 years.
The first port of call of depression was when my mom and dad separated.
Right.
Yeah, so that was nasty for me. I was 12.
And he had to grow up really fast, and he dealt with a lot of loneliness.
You've known loneliness from being a child.
Yes. Loneliness knew me by name.
And for a long time, he has been battling depression.
So I had learned how to deal by the fixated view that I'm alone. I started doing stuff, I started learning on my own. I started going, doing things on my own, because if I had a family that supported me and everything, I would want to rest on my oars. I say my family will. Yeah. But I just felt I was alone, so I had to, go and do stuff.
And according to him, that depression does not go away.
The thing is that I think the misconception is you thinking that depression has a cure.
He said that he gets so depressed that he drowns himself in sad songs. He literally exercises, works out with sorrowful music. That is how deep in pains and depression that he has sunk into.
Very sad music heals my depression. On Spotify, I have playlists. I have one, sad songs of all time, that I curated myself. Then I have present day sadness. I jog with sad music.
And according to him, he said this sad song heals him, but he may not know that it's even driving him further down the hole. Seeking professional help is very new to our men, our black men. They say, now man, they go see psychiatrist. They'll rather deal with their pain and unresolved trauma by themselves. He may be outwardly fighting others, but actually and inwardly, he is fighting himself. I believe that our darling Uncle Frank needs to heal from the inside. He has to deal with this monster, because nobody can give you peace. Are you aware? Peace stems from within yourself. Peace starts with you. Some people can disrupt your peace. Some people can tamper with your peace or try to steal your peace. But that gift of peace is a gift that you give yourself. Christians will say it's the Holy Spirit that can give you, however you want to see it. It's not something that somebody gives you. If you lack it, you keep looking for it everywhere and you will not find it. Rather, you will keep dishing chaos and spreading it everywhere you go. Having the skewed mindset that peace means somebody else's ability to tolerate and swallow your chaos. That is not true peace. And lastly, I believe very strongly that Uncle Frank Edoho is a core traditional African man that unfortunately is attracted to international global women. Look at the kinds of women that he attracts. Women who have a voice, women who have things going for themselves, broadcasters, actresses, international interior decorators and designers. And then he is very authoritative and, should we say, dictatorial. From the interviews that I watched, he's more of this kind of guy. Sit down, shut up, don't say any other word, don't go there, don't do this. My word is final. I will not hear any of that in this house anymore.
Hey, I'm going out the night on the girl and everything. Where are you going to? I'm going to 3 nightclubs and everything. We're like, stay at home. See, but you allowed me to go to them and say, yeah, I don't feel like, stay your ass at home. Stay. You stay. You don't know what good your partner has done. You're not that you're going to be doing it every time, but you have to have small control. Yes.
Right.
You have to sometimes, even though there's no reason for it, sit your ass back at home.
I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing, no. All I'm saying is that the kind of women that he likes are not those types that are easy pushovers. They are intelligent women that use their head. They have their own money. They have their own career. They would want to be regarded. They would want some respect over restriction. They will desire communication over punishment. They will value partnership over control. They will opt for teamwork, not tyranny. And they will ally with support over dominance. I am not challenging your authority. I am just telling you the gospel truth. Except this, his next soulmate, he goes to Lasso Gate. For those that are not Nigerians, it's a what university, is it this thing? Polytechnic or what is it? You go to University Gate and pick one 300 level girl there that will be excited when you buy her shawarma and Hollandia yogurt. Aha. Those types, it will be easier for you to say, shut up. And she won't ask, sweetheart, why should I shut up? Is there anything that you don't like that I'm saying? She will just shut up without asking questions. But one day that small little will grow. And she will now, they said crocodile, small baby crocodile saw crocodile long, mommy crocodile's nose long, or is it mouth? I was asking, why is your mouth long? And mommy crocodile said, don't worry, my dear, when in a short while, when you grow up, you will know. And baby crocodile grew up and the mouth became long again. That baby girl, shawarma eater, will grow up too and would like to be treated with dignity. That is why some men that love to, looking for who they manipulate, when they run to their villages to pick unexposed girls and they bring them out to the city or abroad, years down the line, when they want to still maintain that excessive dominance, not leadership. Do not confuse leadership with cruel dominance. When they want to keep exerting that forceful dominance, and just like goats that you push, when the goat gets to the wall, the goat will turn and face you with his horns. Even slaves that didn't have any escape routes, one day turned against their slave masters and say, let us die. You know, when you push somebody, maltreat, press the person, one, the person will stand up and say, so because you helped me, you want to kill me? What is the matter? That is how those girls, those women that they pick from the gutter, as they say, one day will wake up and say, please, enough. Last, nobody likes to be trampled upon. Those that it looks as if they enjoy being trampled upon, if you check well, it's due to helplessness. They're looking for daily bread, or they're trying to avoid society's wrath. But deep down, everybody loves to be respected and treated with some consideration and dignity. So it's important that Uncle Frank reevaluates his methods. The core, the foundation The value, the discipline does not need to change, but the methods, the approach can be variable. If you insist, because there was an interview that I was watching him say, women of these days, my mother, that's your mother, eventually ended up in divorce. So if she was so happy and blissful and everything was perfect, those methods were perfect, why did that marriage of your parents end up in divorce? These are the questions we should ask ourselves. Some men that say, I want a woman like my mother, check well. They're not praying for a woman like their mother because they need someone that is maybe hold the house together, is God-fearing, is hardworking. If you ask them, why do you want a woman? You will hear them narrating abusive scenarios. How my father does this and does that, my mother will keep quiet. How my father he was a tyrant and my mother was petting him. That is the example that they are looking forward to, many of them. But a wise person knows that methods, even if values, core principles do not change. Let the family foundation be structured based on love, based on respect, based on this. Those are principles that I believe should not change. But methods should change. Even the methods of parenting has changed. If you want to parent your child the way our parents parented us or our grandparents parented them with force and excessive this, you would lose that child. That child will rebel at the age of 13. Now it's all about bite and blow parenting and friendship. The methods of parenting has changed. Even methods of sibling relationships have changed. Back then, siblings were scared of their elder siblings. Elder siblings beat up their younger siblings. Younger siblings call their elder siblings uncle or brother. Now, nobody is doing that. Everybody is respecting themselves. Methods are changing, but some people want to be stuck and insist on implementing word for word, verbatim, how it was in 1905. You would have problem. Calm down, my dear brother. This is not 309 battalion of the army of army barracks. Marriage should not be an army barracks. There should be unity, there should be respect, but it shouldn't be a place of tyranny. Reevaluate your methods. To some of my very harsh odogus watching, or to Uncle Frank, if that is how he is. Because the older you get in the dating pool, the more difficult it is for you to find something genuine and without motivation-driven, genuine relationships. The more mature and more financially established a man is, the more difficult for him to find a genuine partnership. Are you aware? That is why so many men that have made a lot of money, all these musicians, all these big boys up there, they find it difficult to marry, despite all the girls they are flocked around with. And people will be telling them, pick one now, see girls everywhere. They're like, you don't understand. Your mates are already very mature, too mature for you. They're already stuck in their ways. They have their own opinions. You cannot tell them anything. The very young ones that you can easily manipulate, the Gen Zs, your body will tell you. So it's almost like you are stuck. And that's how you keep jumping from one marriage to another. And it is not a thing of pride. Yes, we say it is easier for the men to find another marriage and jump in. But do you think any man, do you think it will be your best interest to be a repetitive failure? It might look sweet on social media, but in real life, there is a stigma both for the men and for the women. If you fail the first time, people might say, it's a mistake. People make mistakes. But by the time your marriage starts failing second, third, fourth, you are a notorious person, whether you are a man or a woman. So despite Uncle Frank has told us that he has found his thought soulmate, his real soulmate, let him try to ensure that the mistakes of the past are not replicated in the future. Because in those interviews, I didn't see him take full responsibility and say, this is what I do that my partner does not like. Instead, he saw it as a reaction of his benevolence, of giving the partner a hand. And next time he would have been more controlling. I don't think that's a good reflection, self-reflection of two failed marriages. Anyways, let us know what you think down in the comments section. I think we've spoken so much already, and I believe that you guys have learned one or two from everything that I have said. If you have, please share down in the comments section. So guys, yes, we have come to the end of today's video. If you're new here, you're seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your comments down in the comments section, and stay glued, for we have so much more coming your way. It's me, your girl barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye.